The city awoke to a sight most peculiar, one that would forever be etched into the collective memory of its inhabitants. It was a scene most unsettling. A chasm impossibly deep had appeared overnight, as if the earth itself had decided to swallow a part of the city whole. This gaping void had ripped through the fabric of their reality. Where once stood a bustling marketplace filled with the sounds of merchants hawking their wares and the chatter of morning shoppers, now gaped a maw of pure blackness. It was as if the very essence of the city had been consumed. No sound emanated from its depths, not even the faintest echo, just an unnerving stillness. The air hung heavy, thick with the stench of ozone and a strange metallic tang that seemed to cling to the back of the throat. Birds flew in wide, panicked circles above the chasm, their cries echoing in the sudden silence. It was as if they sensed the unnaturalness of the void, their instincts driving them to flee. People gathered at a safe distance, their faces a mix of curiosity and fear. They were drawn to the spectacle, yet repelled by its sheer wrongness. Whispers spread through the crowd, each person speculating on the cause of this bizarre phenomenon. Some believed it to be a natural disaster, an earthquake or sinkhole, while others whispered of more sinister forces at play. Theories ranged from the scientific to the supernatural, but no one had any answers. The void remained, a silent enigma, challenging the very fabric of their understanding. Theories ran rampant, like wildfire through dry tinder. In every corner of the city, from bustling cafes to quiet parks, people speculated endlessly. Conversations were dominated by the mysterious event that had shaken their world. Was it a sign of something greater, a harbinger of doom, or merely a freak occurrence? Was it a natural phenomenon, a sinkhole of unprecedented scale? The sheer size of the chasm was unlike anything seen before. Experts from various fields were called in to examine the site, each bringing their own theories and expertise. The city was abuzz with curiosity and fear, or something more sinister. Whispers of government experiments of ancient curses spread like a virus through the terrified populace. Some believed it was a cover-up for a failed experiment, while others thought it was the awakening of an ancient evil. The air was thick with tension and unease. The scientific community, however, scoffed at such superstitious nonsense. Renowned geologists and researchers dismissed the wild theories, attributing the event to natural causes. Debates raged in academic circles, with some scientists proposing new models to explain the anomaly. This had to be a geological anomaly, albeit a baffling one. Detailed surveys and studies were conducted, mapping the area and collecting data. The geological community saw this as a rare opportunity to study an unprecedented event, hoping to uncover new insights about the Earth's processes, an opportunity to expand our understanding of the Earth's very core. Advanced equipment was brought in to analyze samples and data. The findings could potentially rewrite textbooks and change our understanding of geological phenomena. The excitement among scientists was palpable. A team was hastily assembled, equipped with the latest technology. Researchers from around the world joined forces, bringing their expertise and cutting-edge tools. The expedition was set to delve deep into the mystery, aiming to uncover the truth behind the enigmatic event. The world watched with bated breath, waiting for answers. A probe, bristling with cameras and sensors, was carefully lowered into the abyss. Every inch of its descent was monitored. Data streamed live to a makeshift command center erected a safe distance from the chasm's edge. The initial readings were unremarkable. Pressure, temperature, atmospheric composition, all within expected parameters. Until, that is, the probe reached a depth of precisely 1 kilometer. Then all readings went haywire. The signal from the probe became garbled, then ceased entirely. It was as if the very fabric of communication had been torn apart, leaving nothing but a void. The team had been monitoring the probe's journey meticulously. Every second of data was crucial, but now all they had was silence. The last image transmitted back showed nothing, just static. It was a haunting reminder of the unknown. The probe had been designed to withstand extreme conditions, yet it had failed to send back anything meaningful. The static was not just a visual disturbance, it was a symbol of their failure to understand what lay beyond, as if some unseen force had swallowed the probe whole. The darkness seemed to stretch infinitely, an abyss that consumed everything in its path. The team couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. What kind of force could render their advanced technology useless? It was a question that gnawed at their minds. Repeated attempts to re-establish contact were met with an eerie silence. The control room, usually buzzing with activity, was now filled with an oppressive quiet. Every failed attempt added to the growing sense of unease. The scientists worked tirelessly, their frustration mounting with each passing minute. A chill settled over the command center. It was as if the temperature had dropped several degrees. The air was thick with tension, and the usually confident team members found themselves doubting their abilities. The silence was more than just an absence of sound. It was a presence, a looming entity that seemed to mock their efforts. The scientists, their faces pale and drawn, exchanged uneasy glances. They had faced challenges before, but this was different. This was an enigma that defied all logic and reason. The unknown had a way of instilling fear, and this situation was no exception. Each scientist felt the weight of the mystery pressing down on them. What had they stumbled upon? The question lingered in the air, unspoken but ever present. The probe was supposed to be their eyes and ears, but now it was gone, leaving them blind and deaf to the mysteries of the abyss. The unknown territory they had ventured into was proving to be more treacherous than they had anticipated. What lurked in the depths of that bottomless hole? The very thought sent shivers down their spines. The abyss was not just a physical space. It was a concept, a representation of everything they did not know. It was a challenge to their understanding of the universe, a reminder of their limitations. The unknown had a way of twisting the most rational mind. It played on their fears, magnifying their insecurities. The scientists, who prided themselves on their logical thinking, found themselves grappling with emotions they couldn't control. The abyss was not just a mystery to be solved. It was a test of their resolve, a challenge to their very sanity. Section 5. A City on Edge. Days turned into nights, each one colder, more oppressive than the last. The city held its breath, suspended between morbid fascination and creeping dread. The hole remained, a gaping wound on the face of their world. Sleep became a fleeting visitor, snatched in the stolen moments between nightmares of falling into endless darkness. The rhythm of the city, once a comforting symphony, was now a discordant, unsettling hum. Something was coming. Section 6. The Ascent. Then it began, a low, rumbling growl emanating from the abyss. The ground trembled beneath their feet. People stumbled, their eyes wide with terror. The growl intensified, morphing into a high-pitched whine that set teeth on edge. Slowly, inexorably, something began to rise from the hole. A shape, indistinct at first, then growing larger, more defined with each passing moment. A collective gasp rippled through the terrified onlookers. Section 7. First Glimpse. The creature, for that's what it surely was, emerged from the darkness. Its form, impossibly large, dwarfed the surrounding buildings. Tentacles, thick as tree trunks, dripped a viscous, phosphorescent slime. Eyes, glowing with an eerie, otherworldly light, scanned the surroundings. Panic seized the city. Screams rent the air as people fled in terror. The ground shook with the creature's every movement. This was not a force of nature. This was something ancient, something hungry. Section 8. A hush falls. But then, as quickly as it began, the creature's ascent halted. It hung suspended halfway out of the hole, its glowing eyes fixed on the fleeing populace. An eerie silence descended upon the city. The creature remained motionless, as if studying its prey. The silence stretched, unbearable, pregnant with anticipation. What would it do next? Would it unleash its fury upon the city? Section 9. What comes next? The answer, when it came, would determine the fate of the city, perhaps even the world. But for now, all they could do was wait and watch.